Once you've gotten your ex back, how do you keep them for good? This is Coach Benny, and I help people get their exes back. And for 5 years, I was a dating coach where I had to focus on what tended to create attraction in other people and bring them in. Now, I got a message from somebody today. It was really awesome. It was a long message. And basically, this guy was saying, hey, look, I lost my relationship over the last year or however long he said. I've really turned everything around. I'm making more money. I'm in the best shape of my life. And I did everything you said in your videos, and I ended up getting my ex back. And he said, hey, your advice works perfectly, but it'd be cool if you create some more content that tells you how to keep somebody once you've gotten them back. Now, it is true that my content, I specialize in attraction, right? Because there's plenty of other people giving you relationship advice on TikTok. But because I have had a really great relationship over the last 5 years, I'll share some tips with you guys about how to keep your person once you get them back. The first thing, everything that you did to attract them to begin with, you need to not let that stuff go, right? So fitness, money, taking them out on dates, having your hobbies, having an edge, right? And being playful with them and having fun in your relationship. All that stuff you have to hang on to. As a man, you should be planning weekly dates, or if you have kids, bi-weekly dates, okay? And as a woman, first of all, be willing to go on the dates, but also if the man isn't doing his job, you can train him by saying, hey, look, there's this spot around the corner. Why don't you make us reservations there? You need to be going on adventures together consistently, not just vacations, okay, in order to be growing together. Now, once you have all that stuff in place that keeps y'all excited about each other and like the stuff you have for yourself, and you have the dates for both of you. The next thing that you need to focus on is your communication skills, because improper communication skills and attachment style dysfunction is going to derail your relationship no matter how amazing it is. So first of all, understand your attachment style. What do you do in conflict like when you get triggered, okay? Are you going to fight and get out of hand? Are you going to freeze and shut down? Are you going to try to leave the conversation and escape? Or are you going to just roll over and just drop the conflict just to get it over with? And any of those responses are insecure responses. Basically, what you want to have happen is for you to understand how to utilize breath work to bring yourself down to Zen. Okay, just like you're just straight up empty mind, just totally present in the conflict, able to deal with it, but also able to give space and not to get out of hand and say mean shit, or not just to roll over and give in, right? But you have a secure approach to conflict. Now, from there, you need this communication format. Person number one says, whatever their issue is, they're bringing the issue to the table. Okay, person number two listens to the whole thing and repeats it back and confirms understanding before they ever say their side of it. So person number one vents, and then person number two is like, okay, so it sounds like because I did this, this, and this, it made you feel like this. Is that correct? And it's not until you listen, repeat back, and confirm understanding that person will feel like you heard them and now will be ready to listen to you. And this can be really, really hard to do if you also feel attacked or like they got your side of the story wrong, because then you have to listen for 5 minutes, and be patient. When all you want to do is like correct the record, and you can't do that. But if you're handling conflict the right way, at the end of the discussion, that woman is going to sigh in relief. Like, man, I'm so glad we talked this out. And if you don't hear that at the end of every fight, you're sweeping stuff under the rug. You bet that you're going to build resentment and start bickering in the relationship later, and you might even break up because of it. And the same thing will happen if you have two people that avoid conflict. So usually an anxious and a dismissive, where the anxious is too scared to bring up conflict because they don't want to lose the other person, and the dismissive just doesn't have the energy for it. So if you can hang on to your personal development, if you can go on dates, if you can learn how to communicate with each other and also get on top of your attachment style dysfunction, you can have an incredible functional relationship for the rest of your life and never have to go back to the drawing board, never have to worry about reattracting your ex or anything. And if you want some support in this journey, click into my profile, click this link down here, and the second button down says join my group, where we have 3 Zoom calls every single week where you can learn about your attachment style, how to heal it, and what to do moving forward to reattract your ex.